There it is. Hell yeah.
Reckoning.
The day of reckoning. All right, guys, we're back. And from the beginning of the video, you can put together, we're trying to take apart the Trans Am here. So we kind of actually just started digging into it. It's going to be a lot like Project F, the Camaro right over there, where we're going to drop the whole drivetrain out from under. We're going to lift the body off of it and roll it in here. It's really dirty in here. It's obviously going to get cleaned. But since we moved the subframe for the Camaro out, we're going to have a lot more room. All this stuff basically from here, there, and all the way back. We're going to have all this room to work with it. So just getting some of the easy stuff, just disconnecting some of the wiring harness, getting that out of the way, throttle linkages and stuff. We're going to drain the coolant, remove the actual like tubes and whatnot, heater stuff. And yeah, I'm not sure all that we're going to do today, but we're going to, do as much as we can. Still need to like disconnect the brake calipers, the AC, the torque arm and drive shaft, and then lift it off. I guess it is kind of simple. Like you just have to disconnect 6 subframe bolts and then the strut tower bolts here, which we kind of already did, and be able to get it out. Looking at this one compared to the Camaro, we did have to remove the brake booster. Yeah, to get at that one. We might be able to get it out, but or the reservoir here, not the brake booster. We did have to remove that to get to that one. We might have to do that here too, which would be annoying. This doesn't really bend out of the way very easily. And then the whole exhaust can stay on too. We just have to disconnect it from under the car. Yeah. There's a lot of things here and there, but
a bunch of little stuff.
Yep, and this is all in an effort to get this 6.7 liter in, and the newly rebuilt 4L60 in as well.
6R80s don't bolt up unless you spend lots of money.
We can get a 6R80 behind this. It's an adapter. It'd be easy peasy. But yeah, this has just an LS1 in it right now. He just wanted to do the swap, and also the transmission he has in it blew up, so it's perfect time really just to do it. Versus fixing that thing up and throwing it in. Might as well have this because he already had the block, and his other project he wanted to put it in is gone, so kind of left with this. We need to steal some parts off here. It's still like all the accessories, the intake. He's got a new throttle body for it, right? Or no? No. Stock intake, fuel rails. He's got new injectors. They're basically just to get it running, and then anything supporting mods he needs once he eventually turbos it, he'll do that. But this is get it running again. So it's a 6.7 liter 408 stroker LQ4 with a stage 3 Summit Racing Pro Series turbo cam, forged bottom end. It's got the training upgrades on the rockers, supporting valve train, valve springs, and retainers and whatnot. So it's going to be cool. So we're going to go ahead and continue with this. And like I said, I don't know how many updates we're going to have for you. We're just going to kind of tear into it, see what we can get done today. All right, guys. So we rolled the car back a little bit, jacking it up now. Got all the coolant out, some of the other stuff. Pretty much all the electronics and the cooling system, they're all disconnected. We still need to like do the steering shaft, disconnect the AC either, or disconnect it from the motor, set it aside, or actually disconnect one of the lines. All right, guys, I was looking through the GoPro. We did some recording earlier, and it looks like it got lost. So we did a lot of progress. I mean, it's not out, or, like I said, we're not planning on dropping it today or anything like that, but pretty much a whole wiring harness is disconnected. We did everything on the bottom front of it, so all the electronics at the bottom disconnected. The transmission, the wiring is disconnected. Really all we have left to do is take the torque arm out. So either unbolt it from where it connects to the transmission or from the back of the differential, which that'd be annoying. But after that, get the rear lifted up, and then disconnect the U-bolts or the U-bolts or U-brackets, I don't know what they're called, to the differential so we can move the drive shaft. Once that's out, I think the hardest thing is going to be is the exhaust, because down there, I can actually get under here and show you. So these are Speed Engineering True Dual 3-inch exhausts, so they're really tight fit under here, really. So our plan is to unbolt up here and over here, and maybe add that joint as well, and then just tap it out, spray some penetrating fluid on it. But really just need to unbolt the transmission cross member here, the torque arm and drive shaft, and the rear is ready to come out too. Took out the torque converter bolts, so it'd be easier once we're done, like once all this is out, to get to them. Then it's the 6 subframe bolts, the strut towers, and really just lift up the body and roll it out. Once it's rolled out, Vence can really do everything, you know, during the weekdays when he has time. We're also going to take this opportunity to really go through and fix a bunch of the problem things that we had. He's had bad grounds. I don't know if these need to be replaced. They're not like great looking, but I don't really know enough about these. Also, one wire goes to the alternator here, kind of broke off, so the plug that's down here on the alternator, that'll just need to get fixed. We have a good idea of where everything goes. Just need to disconnect some of this stuff here, some stuff at the back, but most of the harness, everything connecting to the engine's off, so we just have to zip tie this out of the way once we're dropping it so it doesn't snag anything. But easier than the Project F's, because Project F, I think we removed the whole harness with the engine, which, I mean, it's fine, but yeah, there's just different ways about going about it. Sorry we didn't really show much. We really lost all that footage. It was just like, what the heck, GoPro? So, guess next weekend or at some point when we have maybe Isaiah and Tristan's help, we can get the, engine out. It's really coming close to that. One other thing in here, so we showed you guys the rebuild of the 4L60E. I did a couple more things. I did put silicone behind the pump bolts because that transmission guru guy says that's what needs to be done, because if we didn't, we put this in and it would be leaking trans fluid from the front and to a point where it'd be not good. And then I also did the Transgo upgrades to the servo. We had the new Corvette servo, but those are good upgrades for him as well. So it just involved me putting a blue spring in here and a gold shim, which I have another gold shim, which I did not use. You're just supposed to basically put as many, up to 2 in here, so you have like 1/8 of movement here. I can't really do it because I'm pushing on it, but this moves in and out, so it's got good clearance, and also the input shaft turns both ways, which is supposed to. So yeah, so you have even more performance with your servo, which is good, very good for the 2 to 3 shift, which is the reason why you even got rid of this thing in the first place. If you weren't having that problem, I mean, could have just been like a Corvette servo would have fixed his problem from the beginning. Like, could have just done that.
Could have been.
But who knows? This will, last a little bit. Still need to clean it up, and then also take the tail housing off the old transmission and the pan, because it's deep pan. It also has the drain plug. And yeah, this is like ready to go. The motor's ready to go. We just need to pull everything out. So we're very close to being able to do that. I guess we have the fuel system to put in. That was the WS6 shop, or no, what is it? The
WS6 store.
Racetronics or something like that?
Yeah, it's a Racetronics 800 wheel horsepower rated.
Yeah, comes with the wire kit upgrade.
It's drop-in.
Yeah, it comes with the wire kit upgrade, comes with the drop-in pump assembly with the return style system like a Corvette has here. Literally, we just need to put this where the existing one goes, and it also comes with AN fittings for these. And then this return on the center. Literally, we just need to run a line from here to this. And it's so super simple. Like, one of the easiest return style systems you can buy for an F-body or an LS system. It's really crazy. And it's good for 800 horsepower, which this isn't going to see 800 horsepower until it gets boosted, but for what it is, it'll be awesome. So
We'll
still
have plenty of fuel system on the table.
Yeah, still need to cut the trap door. We're not dropping the tank. I know a lot of people,
I know a lot of you
hate
don't
that.
like that, and fuck you.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to be doing some more work on the Trans Am here. So kind of just clean up the garage a little bit. We're going to need to be doing more cleaning, especially in this quadrant right here, because once... I just dropped the camera. So yeah, this quadrant here needs to be cleaned out, because once we pull the whole subframe and drive train out, it needs to be able to come in here and kind of sit for a little bit. Might even need to move the motor back a little bit. But Vence is under there, already getting like the drive shaft and whatnot undone. We've lifted up the rear side. We got all the 6-ton jack stands on all corners, which is much better than those freaking 3-ton ones. A lot more confidence with it. So he's just taking the drive shaft bolts out. We've gotten it put in neutral here and e-brake off, so he's able to rotate the whole thing. And we've already come to find that a lot of the bolts on this car are just loose. This car just shakes everything loose. it's gonna get worse with the freaking 6.7 liter and the solid mounts, so that'll be fun. But yeah, one of the drive shaft nuts was loose, and then all 3 torque converter bolts were loose too. So that's pretty pog. You can tell me to turn it.
It's fine.
Also, when I was working on the Mustang at the track, I actually kind of hurt my hand. So I've gotten some really bad carpal tunnel here, and kind of lost feeling in my palm. So I'm gonna take it easy right now, and Vence is probably gonna be doing a lot of the wrenching today. Just need to let my hand rest a little bit, but I'm gonna be here to assist with whatever. And if, you know, need be, I will do work, but just looking at that. Yeah, you got those ones. What's up?
Just looking.
One of the challenges, like we mentioned, was the exhaust here. So they're really slip fit onto like the collectors, and then also slip fit onto the, it's not a Y pipe, but or X pipe. It's like they're true duals, but it's slip on, so it's gonna be kind of hard to remove this section of exhaust, unfortunately. Oh, is that not coming off easily?
No, I need a little
pry
more
bar
space or something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the drive shaft can move forward some, and then
yeah, I can.
loose. There we go.
Oh, that's out. Oh, be careful. Let me go grab a bucket, so we'll collect all that fluid. I'll go grab that real fast. He's gonna go ahead and drop it down. If we have room with the freaking torque arm and exhaust. I don't think we do, actually.
I think we do, actually.
Maybe we do need to take the torque arm off from the back as well. And can you pull it out at all in this position?
No, probably not, because
how far it needs to come? It'll hit the diff before that. All right. Well, then let's just turn our attention to the torque arm then. We need to take that off.
yeah.
It's just whatever that is. It's like an 18 or bigger. And then unfortunately there's a nut on top of the other one. Maybe we could just zip it off with the impact.
Maybe.
Hate that crap.
You were saying we could potentially unclamp this.
Yeah, from the top and drop it. But with the exhaust in the way, I just don't think it would be really possible. Because we need to get this out before we can even take that out.
Yeah. But
Take the torque arm out before we can drop the drive shaft. But yeah, there is a nut up there that clamps the torque arm up there.
yeah.
But that won't help us because it'll just unclamp it and then be hanging. If we didn't need to remove anything back there for the drive shaft, then it'd be helpful, but it's not. Yeah, it's pulled towards me. It'll come off. Just a little overflow or drain for the transmission. Right behind the wheels, or right in front of the rear wheels. Smart. Lighting under here might not be the best, guys, but that's kind of what we're dealing with. We had to do this on the transmission removal anyways in that video, so you kind of saw how it's done. We're going to go ahead and just work on taking the torque arm off those 2 long bolts that go all the way through, and then once the torque arm is off, we can get the drive shaft off, and then really all we have is the cross member and then the brake lines and the 6 subframe bolts, and I think that's it. So we're getting there. Yep, so we will be back. Yeah, this torque arm is so fucking stupid.
I can totally see like the SpongeBob meme, 12 hours later.
Oh, wait, don't take it out yet. Might as well take it out to get more room, but... Here, I'm gonna set down the camera, guys, while we remove this. We're just probably just gonna pull it out real fast. Alright guys, got the drive shaft out. Right there. Blend this drain out a little bit, just pulls out. Yeah, this is just on there.
No, I've done
Just gotta get the angle grinder up here, Vence, and cut it halfway.
Compare that with the new one.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah, this is actually probably why it's stupid.
Alright guys, we're gonna continue working on this to get this out. We'll probably just jump out once we have the torque arm out. We might cut it, might not, we'll see. Vence is interested in buying a new one anyways, so. Alright guys, we got these off finally. So the exhaust is all slip fit, and it's very hard to get out. So what we had to do was disconnect like pretty much all the clamps on the first 3 sections. That allowed us to kind of pull this because if you can see, it comes in and then goes into the side, so we do have room to pull it out. Did that on both sides. Now it's loose. Vence was able to get that collector part out. We just need to kind of just wiggle this one off. I'm just really tired. But now, drive shaft, torque arm, exhaust, all the electronics that we know of. Now we just need to do like the brakes and the cross member here. And then the 6, who's it calls it, the subframe bolts.
Yeah, those things.
And then we can work on lifting up the car and dropping it out. Also the strut towers, I forgot about that. So yeah, you might just want to come to my side to get this out.
I figure you can pull from over there and I'll pull from over here, and then you got 2 people pulling.
True. Let's see if we can get this on live video.
Go straight away from it.
Nice. Yeah, one thing that we're gonna have to do, guys, when we put it back is figure out how to do it, because it's all slip fit. We do have a lot of maneuverability here, so as long as we get the collectors on, I'm sure we can like push this out in a way enough to slide on, and then the other one just leave everything loose and then tighten everything down. But voila, and we don't need this off really to drop anything either. Leave this on. Yeah, that was a ordeal. I don't even think we showed getting the torque arm off, actually. It took a lot, but it's off and it's fine.
I've taken it off 3 or 4 different times now, and I think it's been that much of a bitch every time.
Yep. Now I just have these 4 bolts to take off, but we'll leave those just for a second.
For now, for support.
All right, guys, we're pretty much done for today with the Trans Am. Basically, we just ran out of time today. Definitely next time we work on it, it's going to get done. We did a lot off camera, unfortunately, but we just want to get it done with. So up top here, we removed the dam so we can get the strap around here to lift it up. Everything under here is disconnected. It's like, I wonder why it's sagging so much. Anyways, disconnected the AC. We, you know, took it over to a place to get the Freon taken out. And then, yeah, unbolted the exhaust like we showed you guys. I also did remove an old trans line that we had, and disconnected the brake lines where they go into the master, or the whatever that is called, the ABS module. And basically they just connect down to the, you know, where the brakes are. So when we lower it, those will just come out with it. We still need to disconnect this. These are the last couple things we need to do. We need to disconnect the overflow, or the brake reservoir, to get at this bolt right here for the strut. Do the struts, do the transmission crossmember, and then do these subframe bolts. And it'll, like, those are, that's it. And unless we miss something, which I'm sure we probably have something, but once it's lowering and we have all that extra room, it'll be much easier to tell, and then we can start transferring parts. Got the torque arm out. We didn't show us pulling it out, but it's really hard. I hate these. This is the one from Project F, so it's kind of interesting that there's some differences between them. Also, this is the drive shaft from the Trans Am. It's thinner in steel versus Project F's, which is a little bit thicker in aluminum and much lighter. So pretty cool to see the differences. They're the same length too, which is interesting. But yeah, everything's just ready to come out. Like, if we had more time today, if we started earlier, we might have even had it out today, but, or at least started the process. But yeah, next weekend or whenever we work on it, we just need to unbolt the crossmember, unbolt the subframe bolts, and then the struts, lift it up and roll it out. Need to clear up some space here, probably get the engine on the new subframe. And also, unfortunately, while we were working on this, I think the steering rack started leaking badly. Like, there's a little bit of a puddle right there.
Something's leaking. We'll figure it out once it's out.
Yeah, we'll just have more. We'll have more to tell. But otherwise, the whole harness, the fuel lines, everything, it doesn't really look like it. There might be some more connections back here, like physically anchored to the motor. But all in all, like, you can move everything out of the way. The motor is disconnected everywhere. So, pretty cool. That's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully it's at least a little bit entertaining. It's just about, you know, that's what the channel's about, just showing what we do, you know. So, might not always be like crazy stuff. Yeah. Once this is in and running, that'll be really cool. So, yeah, definitely check out that. Check out our other videos. We have our building series of the motor and everything, and the transmission. So, it'll be awesome. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment down below.